The Southmost Regional Water Authority Brackish Groundwater Treatment Facility, or SRWA, is a water plant that uses reverse osmosis technology to treat brackish groundwater for drinking purposes. The facility is currently capable of producing approximately 7.5 million gallons of water per day, with an expansion underway to raise that capacity to 11 million gallons. This lessens the community's demand on the Rio Grande by providing an alternative water source. The journey of the water begins at wells located in northwest Brownsville. It is here where we have well pumps located 250 to 300 feet below the ground, pumping from the Gulf Coast aquifer. The groundwater here is brackish, or salty, because of the close proximity to the Gulf of Mexico. This brackish water is too salty to drink, but not as salty as ocean water. This water is pumped directly to SRWA about 7 miles away. SRWA's primary purpose is to remove the salt from the water through reverse osmosis membrane technology. The first major step at SRWA is sending the water through cartridge filters. This ensures the removal of any sediment, sand, or foreign material. At this time, the water enters the reverse osmosis train seen here. This is where the salt and dissolved solids are removed from the water. The water pressure is greatly increased, about 4 to 5 times what it enters the plant as. This forces the water through a membrane system. The extreme force is necessary to be able to push the water through the system. The salt and dissolved solids aren't able to be pushed through this membrane, leaving only the water molecules to pass. A portion of the water is then pushed through the membrane treatment again to recover more water through the process. The membranes must be periodically cleaned because the dissolved solids can cause clogs. The life expectancy of the membranes is about 5 to 10 years. The next step on the water's journey is the degasifiers. The purpose of this is to stabilize the water by removing some of the carbon dioxide. Think of the noise you hear when you open a soda. While your tap wouldn't make that noise, it's still necessary to get that gas out of the water. On the way to ground storage, chemicals are added to stabilize the water and for disinfection for safe drinking. The water now checks in the ground storage for a brief stay before being pumped into the community water supply and coming out the customer's tap. Throughout this process, there is extensive monitoring through an automated computerized system. Technicians must regularly calibrate the instruments to verify accurate measurements because unlike conventional water treatment, we don't actually see the water during the process. The system is run by licensed operators and designed with fail-safe controls to ensure the water is treated to a level that meets state and federal drinking water standards. To ensure this level of quality, testing is done in the SRWA lab throughout the process. There are many stops that the water takes during its journey as it makes its way from below our feet through the SRWA plant and out your tap.